Look, see how we are being hit. Look at all the equipment. Everything is burned.
Russian General Alexander Lapin, the current chief of staff of all Russian ground forces, is missing in the Belgorod region and is presumed to have died in a clash with Ukrainian troops. If confirmed, this would be a significant development. Russian forces are currently attempting to repel Ukrainian advances in Belgorod, and Lapin was previously sent to Kursk with a similar objective. However, given that Ukrainian forces held Sudzha for 7 months and remained present in the Kursk region, Lapin's efforts were not particularly successful. Russians filming their own destroyed equipment. Russian soldiers keep getting hit and keep whining, "Look how they're hitting us! So much equipment burned! We sleep in basements. They keep bombing us."
Look, see how we are being hit. Look at all the equipment. Everything is burned. Here we are, kids. Everything's fine. You always say we live well here. But in the basements, we keep falling asleep. We're getting bombed. There. It didn't explode. It was dropped. A discharge.
Ukrainian soldier from the 43rd Mechanized Brigade, having run out of grenades, threw his own helmet at the enemy. The enemy, startled, then ran straight into a burst of automatic fire. This is an epic fight. The National Guard unit Kryla Omega targets Russian equipment, towed artillery, tank, and BM-21, using the heavy strike drone Heavy Shot by Warthog Defense. Ukraine has increasingly relied on heavy drones to compensate for its lack of strategic bombers and to maximize the destruction of Russian equipment. These drones, including long-range kamikaze and modified commercial UAVs, allow Ukrainian forces to strike deep behind enemy lines, targeting supply depots, airfields, and armored convoys without risking human pilots. One major advantage of heavy drones is their ability to carry significant payloads, including precision-guided munitions and large explosive warheads. This enables Ukraine to destroy high-value targets such as tanks, artillery positions, and radar stations, significantly weakening Russian frontline capabilities. Unlike traditional bombers, which require extensive maintenance and are vulnerable to air defense systems, drones can be produced in large numbers at lower costs, making them a sustainable option for prolonged warfare. Additionally, Ukraine has developed domestically produced drones like the UJ-26 and the new Seth drone, designed to mimic Russia's Shahed drones, but with improved accuracy and range. These drones are playing a crucial role in disrupting Russian logistics. A North Korean-supplied howitzer is destroyed. Ukrainian SSO operators destroyed a North Korean-supplied M1978 Koksan self-propelled artillery somewhere in Donbas. Mike Waltz announces he spoke with Elon Musk and said tech experts are going to figure out how the Atlantic's Jeff Goldberg got into the Signal chat. I can tell you for 100%, I don't text him. He wasn't on my phone. Clowns.
We're going to get to the bottom of it. I just talked to Elon on the way here. We've got the best technical minds looking at how this happened. But I can tell you for 100%, I don't know this guy. I know him by his horrible reputation, and he really is the bottom scum of journalists. And I know him in the sense that he hates the president, but I don't text him. He wasn't on my phone. And we're going to figure out how this happens.
So you don't.
I built the group to. My job is to make sure everything's coordinated.
But how did the
execute?
number? I mean, I don't mean to be pedantic here, but how did the number?
Have you ever had somebody's contact that shows their name, and then you have somebody else's number there?
I never make those mistakes.
Right? You got somebody else's number on someone else's contact. So of course I didn't see this loser in the group. It looked like someone else. Now whether he did it deliberately or it happened in some other technical mean is something we're trying to figure out.
Imagine being in Moscow and reading highly classified messages over a commercial app that U.S. forces are about to strike Yemen. Even without an authorized person in this chat, that alone rises all red flags. The line between sloppiness and malice is quite thin. Absolutely mind-blowing.
You are the CIA director, okay? This has happened. We know it's happened. Did Jeff Goldberg somehow, did he create a hoax that allowed him to become part of this signal thread? Please answer the question. You don't insult the intelligence of the American people. Did he invite himself to the signal thread?
I don't know how he was invited. Clearly, he was added to the signal group. Your question is...
You don't know that the president's national security advisor invited him to join the signal thread? Everybody in America knows that. Let me ask you, when he was added to the thread, you're the CIA director. Why didn't you call out that he was present on the signal thread?
I don't know if you use signal messaging app.
I do, not for classified information, but you thought it was appropriate. By the way, I think he's one of the more outstanding journalists in America, but I'm shocked to find him on a thread that he's reading in the parking lot of a grocery store. This is just a normal day at the CIA where we chat about this kind of stuff over Signal. In fact, it's so normal that the last administration left it here for us. That's your testimony today. Did you know that the president's Middle East advisor was in Moscow on this thread while you were, as director of the CIA, participating in this thread? Were you aware of that? Are you aware of that today?
I'm not aware of that today.
This sloppiness, this incompetence, this disrespect for our intelligence agencies and the personnel who work for him is entirely unacceptable. It's an embarrassment.
According to Reuters, U.S. senators are pressuring the Trump administration, urging it to use frozen Russian assets as a tool of strong influence on Moscow to end the war. A group of Republicans and Democrats, including Todd Young, Lindsey Graham, Richard Blumenthal, and Tim Kaine, wrote a letter to U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, calling not only to use the interest from the debt, but to transfer the entire amount, over $300 billion in seized Russian assets, to aid Ukraine.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.